It's Monday, 3 p.m. Central Time, and that can only mean one thing.
One thing, one
I'm Bob. He's Randall, and this is the Bob and Randall Live Show.
thing.
Say hello to
Hey,
my partner, Randall.
hello everybody. Can you believe it's Monday afternoon already? Where do these weeks go? I mean, it's like I wish I get Snap. It'd be fun if I get Snap, but I can't. But just like that, it's thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. I'll do that, and you make the noise. Oh, there you go. There you go. Thank you. Just it's crazy how fast these weeks go. I mean, it's getting so close to the holiday.
It is. It's almost time to suit up, go out, and ring the bells, and raise. No, I'm not going to go to that four-letter word. Raise the smiles. Let's use a five-letter word.
You
The
can
joy
say
of the smiles.
raise cane, raise candy cane, raise a
I
candy
like
cane.
that one even better. That fits the situation even more.
Uh,
Hi, Charlie.
Hey, good to see everybody. Bill, good to see you. Welcome. Oh my
Charlie,
goodness, it is crazy to believe it's already Monday already. I just,
Indiana. Yeah, I got some good news.
oh great.
Well, for Angela and I and those in the South, we had a cool front move through last night, and we had to get our coats out. It's 77 degrees outside.
77 degrees of getting the coat out. Yeah, here. Yeah. Oh my goodness, to hear that. we,
Yeah.
we just take the broom, swish the snow out of the way, and get the grill going in the middle of winter. You know.
Yeah, I know. We're a bunch of sissies down here in the South. Can't take the heat, can't take the cold.
I don't blame you. I don't
Really,
blame you. That heat was
it's extra,
crazy for you guys. That was crazy this
extra
summer.
nice outside. Cloudy, mostly cloudy. The sun peeks out every once in a while, but rained last night in late hours of the morning, early morning, late night, and that was something we really needed here in North Texas. It's been quite dry for the last several months now after having such a wet spring and early summer, as you and I have documented on the show about how it just wouldn't quit raining. Well, I told you once they turned the taps off, it was going to be dry. Well, we've been dry, so anyway, hello, Paul Anderson and Santa Doug. How are you, brothers? Good to see y'all. Gary Linder's with us now. He says it's still close to 90 in East Tennessee. Well, I think you got a front headed your way, Gary. The one that moved through here about 3 o'clock last night, 3 p.m. this morning, whatever you want to call it, 3 a.m. Be 3 a.m. I'm sorry. I'll get it right in a minute. My days and nights are always mixed up.
Yeah, you seem to
But
work a lot in the middle of the night, so it seems like more your days than your nights. But it still is your
yeah,
night, but you work more at night than your days than whatever that
I
means.
do. I do. That's when I seem to get most of the work done, when it's quiet, peaceful, and can concentrate. My phone's not ringing with Spangler or Scott calling me. I love picking on them.
There's a thing called a mute button, though, Bob. You know, you can. But
I know. But you don't do that to friends. They may need something
yeah,
that's
you
really
can't.
important, so you got to answer and see what's going on there. And but yeah, it's a wonderful Monday. We're happy to be here. The weather's getting better, and Christmas is getting closer. The holidays are getting upon us. We got Halloween coming, not far away now, and just over what I guess 5 weeks to Halloween. Is that correct?
Yeah, but it's about five just at the end of the month. That's it. I mean, well, what two Tuesday is? I think October now already.
I think
It's
so.
just
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, just where does the season go? I mean, where's this year gone? I mean,
Right.
um,
And for many of us, if we work with photographers, some of us start in October. I start in October this year with a new photographer I picked up, and then work with my other two photographers through the end of October and the middle of November. Then start at the mall and there till Christmas Eve. So hey, it's time. It's time to get busy. It's time to get down to work.
yeah, it looks like I was going to start the big box store on November 2nd, which I'm still going to, but looks like I'm going to be doing a few photo things the week before that, which I usually don't do a whole lot of Santa stuff in October, but now they're asking Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday that week for some photo things. So why not? You know, and the week before that is 4 days down in Toledo doing magic. So going to be a busy October. Looking
Yes.
forward to it then nonstop from the second till Christmas Eve. Love it. I mean,
Then you get a
that's
few
what
days
we're
off,
supposed to
and
do, though.
Christmas Eve rolls around, and for some folks, it doesn't stop for us. We've got Norfolk Cornerstones to put on January 30th to February 2nd, and I'll leave straight from there and go to Virginia Beach, Virginia for a Super Santa Sunday, where I will be the keynote over there for uh, that event, putting on the Sat Bob's curriculum. So it's going to be busy. It's going to be busy, and that's okay. That keeps us honest, if
And out of
nothing
trouble
else.
for me. It keeps me out of trouble, and because it just happens. You mean to or not, it just happens. So it's the busier I stay, the better it is for me. Doing the wrong thing or whatever I'm doing. I'm not doing many wrong things, but
Yeah. Hey, we got the world famous head elf over at
head out.
Hire Santa with us today. Santa Mitchell Allen is on. Good to see you, Mitch. AJ just joined us. AJ's been a busy fella. He's been going and doing lots of ball games lately and been having fun doing it. So good to
And
see you, AJ.
AJ just also became a member of Maps. I think I saw. So we got his picture and his profile up. So on Maps. So good to do
He,
that.
he also
I
says
like
he's got good news for us that he's ordered his TNL crew shirt. So he is officially a member of the TNL crew as soon as he gets that shirt on. And even though he has been with us since last year in Branson, he's going to finally get him a shirt and be full fledged and bona fide.
wow, looking good.
And good. All right,
All
Randy. Doggone it, it's that time again.
that time.
Get, get your hand towel out. Let's go ahead and dive into this
Licking
cheesy
my
cheeseburger. Mitch Allen says you need to stay out of trouble, Randy. Well, here we go. We're going to throw you in the fire and see how much trouble you can get in with this question.
I just sent a thing back to Mitch. I will try. I'll do my best. I'm not that bad of a boy. I mean, since I'm, you know, but I don't know. Things happen. But it is that time again, guys, for some questions. And of course, the season is coming up. The season's coming up, and it just questions about what type of seasons you're going to have and what type of events you're doing. And this is a question about that. Do you, Santa's, Mrs. Claus's elves, do you do events with special needs? And if you do, how do you prepare? How do you prepare for these events? Do you do anything different preparation ahead of time? And I always like to ask that. What is the most challenging part about and rewarding part about those special needs events? Man, they can be just heartwarming. They can just be tear jerking. They can be because I love doing them, but they're so emotional. I just love them. I mean, but man, they can just almost tear at your heartstrings more than most because they just seem so happy when they see you, and you're giving them the joy. Um, but there's also a lot of other things you have to prepare for, not just that. How about you, Bob? I'm sure you get a lot at the mall, probably.
Yeah, really do. Been fortunate, as I've mentioned before, with our independent school district here. They bring the special needs classes up, and it really goes back further than that for me because I'm a member of Lone Star Santas, and they are a 501c3 disaster relief for children with the convoy of toys, and so because of being able to understand the compassion of folks who have been through disasters, fires, floods, tornadoes, whatever it may be, that has ripped their life apart. You know, the one thing I think that we learned in our training with Lone Star Santas is to listen, let those folks tell their story. Don't ask a lot of questions, but be compassionate. And so that was my first experience of being able to actually get some formal training through them. But then when I started at the mall, then here we are with the special needs classes, and of course had a Down syndrome second cousin in the family, so I kind of understood that portion of what life was about. But you start finding about the spectrum, and if you do your due diligence and go do some research about the different levels of spectrums, the different things that children need, you learn to find out ahead of time. Is there sound sensitive children in the group, or there any nonverbal children in the group? I mean, you have to kind of do a little bit of homework going into these visits, and so when these classes show up at the mall, they always organize themselves with four, three, four, five different instructors, and one instructor will come in and talk to me, and that's when I find out what I can find out if there's any new children. For me, it's been the same group of children year in and year out. So I see the same faces every year, and I can see where some have degressed, some have progressed in their abilities to do things. But again, it's just really get some schooling. Talk to people who has worked these events if you have not, and go into it with a little bit of training and an open mind. The key is to listen. Listen to them, and again, you may find a child that's nonverbal, so it's going to be on you to keep that conversation going. Kind of like our virtual visits that we had to learn how to do. So there's a lot there to unpackage, but after you do it, and I've always said this, there's lots of training, and training is excellent. Training gives you the tools and the confidence to go out and do the jobs, but there's nothing that replaces seat time. Actual experience in live action experience is where you're going to garner the most out of it.
And it's that line, "School of Hard Knocks," and it can be sometimes because, like exactly what Bob said, there's so many different levels of special needs. If it could be just somebody in a wheelchair that can't move, and but everything else is fine. Somebody that's on the autism spectrum. Somebody's there's just so many, or nonverbal or whatever. So it's to go, and you don't always know everybody's needs, but man, I learned the hard way many years ago about not being Santa,
Mhm.
during it. I learned that the hard way a long time ago, trying to stay in the character that way with the special needs. I just become kind of Randy, just to
That's the
sit and
best.
talk, and just, oh, it's so good to see. Just relax and spend the time. And then, boy, I tell you, but I'll say it again, the smiles and the enthusiasm, if that they can give back, is priceless. That I have a child, a 3-year old, 4-year old, who's excited to see Santa. Yes, they are. But when a special needs gives you that too, that might be the biggest thing they see. The biggest smile they're going to get for a while. But it's so many different levels that we have to work on. Like Bob said, listen. Um, don't keep on asking questions and let them talk. And it's an amazing thing. It can be.
Uh, I'll try to make this fast, but
Go ahead.
when I first started at the mall, one of my first questions was, uh, about why don't the parents come with these children to the mall? And the teachers, instructors, whatever you want to call them, uh, she says, well, this is really part of their curriculum. This is teaching them how to get out in the public and how to spend money. We leave here, we go up to the food court, we give each child the money to pay for their meal. We let them order their meal if they're, capable of doing that. And this is all part of their classroom instruction, like a field trip. And she said, you got to understand that a lot of these children do not get out outside of school. They go home, they're there. The parents very seldom get out with them, the ones that are severe special needs. And, so this is their chance to get out and learn how to be more of a functioning person in society. And it made a lot of sense when she put it to me that way.
Yeah, it's and so Santa, Mrs. Claus, whoever is someone that brings them joy also, if they can really obtain it or not, which they can. So um, we'll see what we got here. AJ said the first one. He goes, my first special needs event is December 14th, and I'm super excited. Great going, AJ. That'll be fantastic. You're do a great job because I know you got a big heart for them for that. Um, you says you're nervous, but you will do it, and you sure will. That's fantastic. Good job. Santa Doug says you got. He does a special school, special needs school. Good. The next one says a little bit more about that. We are also doing Child Grief Share, a program for children who have lost parents or siblings. Wow. See, that's a very, very cool thing to do, because that's kind of not just a special need. That is an emotional thing that adds on, not
Oh,
just
yeah.
to a physical or a mental handicap of any kind, physical, whatever. That is a real strong one, Doug. Wow, that's very cool. Like to hear more about the school you do too. Um, I take it it's all, of course, all levels of it. Let me open this up a little bit from Santa Doug Wright, actually. We visit a couple of individual homes with special needs kids. Bob's right. You spend more time listening. That is so true. Um, you have to slow down with your interactions. You have to spend more time reacting with the child. You have those parents. We've have those parents thank us a lot for getting their children to open up and engage with Santa and Mrs. Claus, and
Mhm.
that's we're bringing just as much joy and smiling to doing that. As long as we do that a little slower, a little softer, um, because that's a happiness for them, and that's
Yeah. And
and
Randy, it also goes back to the parents being able to uh, prepare their child to come see Santa. Who is Santa? Because he's going to be a stranger sometimes, if they haven't been out to see Santa in the past, or if they remember from one visit to the next, if their mental capacity is that, then the parents kind of have to introduce them back to Santa, let them know who Santa is. Santa is the nice guy, the good guy, and exactly what Doug was saying there. Listen a whole lot, interact, and uh, the child will, if they know who Santa is, they're more apt to be more of an open person to you as Santa, caring, knowing, loving, and those are the traits that you've got to pass along
because to
to the child.
any small child or a handicapped child, Santa's that Mrs. Claus. We're that big character. Even if we speak softly, even if we don't do our ringing our bells and the big ho ho, we're still have that look of somebody that's not. So, like Bob said, if their parents or people that are watching them at the time can talk to them about who Santa and Mrs. Claus are, that will help out that definitely helps out the getting acquainted already. Kind of pre-approves us, I guess, is a way of putting it. Charlie Johnson says, "I've done several special needs events. I was lucky and had a staff who related to me, what each child and adult was like, and their needs are, and to visit for each one separately."
Mhm.
Wow! If you've got an opportunity to run an event that that the next child is nonverbal, is whatever. The next one is strictly. Then you can definitely adjust, as especially Bob says, in which is necessity training to get that basic knowledge ahead of time. Wow, very, very, very lucky, Charlie. That's good. Let me finish what he said. Also, I apologize. That made it much easier to relate and tailor my visit to each person. And then, like
Yeah,
the exact perfect line, Charlie Dan, tailor your visit to each one, because then you can maybe talk a little bit more to the ones that are maybe just wheelchair bound,
yeah.
for whatever reason. You can still be a little more Santa that way, than somebody that is. So,
And then Randy, on top of that, within the special needs classes, I have had 2 different years that I can remember class that is still where children have been taken out of the regular special needs class and put into a special needs class because they're fixing to undergo some medical treatment or
mm,
operations or different things of that nature. I had five, all wheelchair bound. Most of them was nonverbal one year. And of course, they just want to wheel them in and get them closest to Santa as they can in their wheelchairs and get a group picture. And of course, Santa goes along and grabs their hand and pats on it and tells them Santa loves them and he's praying for them. If you want to go that deep, you can. It's the individual choice as a performer. But
yeah, just let them know
some
so
of the
glad
classes
they're
also
here.
come in. That's all they care about is getting a group picture. They don't really want to take the time if it's a group of 10, 12, 15 for each child individually. visit with Santa. Then I have others that are smaller classes, 6, 8, 10, and they'll come in and they'll line up and they'll bring one child in at a time to get that separate photo and visit with Santa. So it's tailored to whatever the instructors want, whatever the parents want, whatever time dictates. But again, just be compassionate and be yourself, be loving, be caring, because it's what we do.
And Paul Anderson says the mall I work has before the mall opens time for special needs. The mall is quieter. The lights are not quite as bright, and that's just
Last,
such a great sensory thing for autistic or whatever few other special needs that you don't have that music playing. You don't have the extra lights on. You know not to ring the bells. That's great that you have your mall is doing something special. I'm sure it's a couple days for that.
ours
And
is one
Adam,
Sunday, Randy. Ours is one Sunday, and it's 2 hours prior to the mall opening. And this is more of a family parent orientated, where the others that I'm speaking of is a classroom
hmm,
style, where the teachers, instructors bring the children in a bus, school bus, over to the mall and spend the afternoon. So, but yes, we do have Century Santa also, and as part of the CHP program.
that's great. I mean, they need love and care and the joy of Christmas just as much as everybody else does. And
Yeah,
it's wonderful when they get to come up. When I know when I do the big box store and you get those bus comes in December during the day, and it's just you know it's you're just glad they can and you I do I make sure I let them know that I'm so glad they're there,
yeah.
and that's so good to see you, so glad um that's I see Adam's here, good to see you, Adam.
And AJ mentioned earlier that he was a little nervous about doing the upcoming event that he has. But again, with AJ uh, and Adam, they both kind of got a foot in the door there because they understand more deeply, uh, about special needs in many cases. So that's what makes them great, is that they can step in. And again, if you have any questions, I'm sure you can ask Adam and AJ, and they will help you, because Adam has offered before to step in and help anytime we needed instruction or questions answered about special needs. So thank you, Adam. Thank you, AJ.
Yeah, really, it is a special it's and there should probably be more classes out there. I don't know how many. I think it's should be more classes to get us prepared for that because they're not all cute babies that we get to hold. They're not all grandmas that sit on your the knee for the first time when she's 90. It's all that, and that becomes more reality as Santa. That becomes, and then I think we just have to take it. At least for me, for the first, I mean, I can take it so not personally, but very emotionally because it's just, man, I get the old teary eyes sometime because you just look at them and that's the best thing they've had for a while. At least that's what they're showing, and I just think that they're happy and look what they get. They get to see Santa or Mrs. Claus and they're that happy. And then we look at the world about, oh, I want a laptop, I want an iPhone, I wanted this, I wanted that, and it's like the last child, special needs child, is just ecstatic, happy just to see you. So it's a big part of our business, Santa, Mrs. Claus, and Elf's business. So I wanted to bring it up, see how many do events. It is it's something we want to bring just as many smiles to them as we do to the little ones. So thank you
And
guys always.
I've said many times, Randy, that mall work is not for everybody. And if you've ever thought about doing mall work, you know, do yourself a favor and do it one year. In my case, I had another Santa here close to me that I helped train, and I asked him. I said, "Here, I'm gonna, kind of loan you my customers for a season, and I'm gonna try the mall scene. And if it doesn't work out for me, I'm gonna come back and want my customers back, right? Because I already had a couple of years of building clientele up." So he agreed. Well, I got into the mall scene and realized that it was something I really enjoyed doing. As much as I enjoy home visits and corporate, events and tree lighting and all the different things that Independent Santa does, The mall scene has its ups, it has its downs, but man, something that Tim Conahan told us in the first class I took was, 1 year at the mall is like 3 or 4 years, 5 years as independent because you get such a broad spectrum of training situations from, different scenarios that come up, and it really can prepare you to learn a lot faster than you would sometimes otherwise. So it was good
It's
advice. I took it, and I know a lot of guys say, "I'll never do a mall." Well, that's fine. That's if that's not what you want to do. But if you've ever just had an inkling of wanting to do one or a chair job, I'm not just saying mall because of the big box stores and there's other same style jobs out there. Chair jobs is a better description probably.
totally agree. That's why I love doing the big box store because I might do other stuff too, but because there is such a broad spectrum also of the people that I see. From people you can tell don't have much money, they don't or come from a broken
Right.
family, they're mixed, whatever it is, to people that have, oh my gosh, sky's the limit, uh, special needs. It's everything in between. Besides, like Bob said, it is a training ground. It is a training ground. You will be asked every question imaginable. Whatever tenure you're going to put in, a year, 2 years, 5 years, you're going to you will go through, and I say that line again, the school of hard knocks. But that's why in magic, that's why I did tableside at restaurants for 2 3 nights a week when I was getting going. Man, one table after another, one table after one another. It just was constant work and constant refining our craft. It's the same with being Santa at a mall. um, it's a good thing. I agree with Mitch. Totally agree. Mall work is great, and you learn fast. You
I was
do.
going to say, let's do a shameless plug here, Mitch.
Yep.
Mitch is, if you're interested in doing a chair job of any sort, Mitch has some of the best jobs around. Reach out to Mitch and at Hire Santa and or Jenny at Hire Santa. That's who you contact. But either way, reach out to those folks over there and uh, find you a chair job for one season and see how you like it because there's a niche for everybody. And I didn't think that I just knew that I wanted to try it. It was just something. Tom Quartermaine and Gordon Bailey both been my first two real mentors when I got into the business. And today's Tom Quartermaine's birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Santa Tom. And but that's what they were doing, and they were telling me all these fantastic stories about how much they had learned and how wonderful it was, and it was just something I said I've got to try that. If I wait much longer, I'm going to have too much clientele built up, and I won't want to do it, and then I'll always miss out on it. So
It'll fill your season. It's again, it's not made for everybody, but then home visits are meant for everybody. That's what's so unique, so wonderful about our business is you can find what really is you. If you're only good at being a photographer for a cent, posing for photographers, that's what's available. If you like the mall work, if you like the home business, you're a country club guy, you only want to do parades. That's what's great about it. We're so fortunate to be able to have a diverse amount of things to do. We can
mhm,
find our niche. I see Paul says he's been at Cherry Hill for 10 years.
that's
Um,
correct. He and I have found our niche with Cherry Hill programs. Be my 13th year at the mall, Paul. So you and I have been there. After 10 years, they say we're pros. I don't know. 10 years of
yeah.
the mall scene, you've got a lot of visits under your belt, that's for sure.
It'll be 10
All
years
right.
at 10 years at the big box store for me. So it's
Yeah, it's same thing, chair job. And it
yeah,
would be, I always refer to it as mall job, but really I think we should just call it a chair job because they're similar, just different, corporations, companies that you're battered under. And they're all
just
good. They're
if you
all
think
good.
about it, if you do a corporate account, if you do a corporate account and you're there for 2 3 4 hours, it still is the same thing. It's one child after another, picture, pose, smile. It's the same thing. Just at a mall, you're doing it 6 days a week or 7 days a week, you know. But 7 days a week, okay,
That's
7 days
for
a week.
me.
That's true, and it's yeah. So it's indirectly it's a chair. It's just a chair job. Just you're a chair in a mall, and not a chair at a country club, or not a chair at a banquet hall for a corporation. Housing visits are different because you have more time to spend with them. That's different. But when it comes to if you are like I do, the city of Birmingham, I have a Santa house that I go to every weekend. It's really just a chair job, even
Yeah.
though it's in an upper scale city, and it's in a private little house that they build for that Santa, but it's still a chair job. Um,
Still high volume, no matter what. And that's the
it's
key
still
is
it's
the
still
term
volume, and
chair
it's
job,
still
high volume go hand in hand.
and the bottom line is still bringing those smiles. So it really doesn't
That's
matter
true.
how we do it. That's our job.
And for me, Randy, I'm a single Santa at
Yeah.
my mall, which is per my request and the mall's request. But most of the Cherry Hill program chairs are split chair, two Santas working shifts. Paul, are you a single Santa or a split Santa? Put that in the chat for us there. Either way, you still, if you work 6 hours or you work, 10 hours or whatever for us at Cherry Hill, we start off at 8, we go 10 and towards the last week or so, it's, sometimes 12 hours, but that's, 6 weeks out of the year and every day, 7 days a week. So by the end of your run, it's time for a rest. Yeah. Anyway, I was just curious if Paul had a working partner up there or if he had that chair by himself. Either way, it's a great
He's
way to be Santa and put lots of smiles and joy and love out to the
Paul
kiddos.
said
Single
he's a
Santa.
single Santa.
Very good, Paul. There's not many of us single Santas left anymore with the CHP.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you got the memo or not. They were talking about maybe bringing in a fill in towards the end of the season to give us a day off or a rest. And that would be something new they've never done before.
Wow.
Okay, dokie, Randy, are you ready to move on to the second question here?
Sure are. Great input. Thank you, folks, as always. Thank
A
you.
fantastic session as always. Let's see what this one does. Because this one kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about outside of chair jobs. Now we're going to go to the other side. We've talked about how important chair jobs are and how much experience you get. But as independents doing all other types of events, how do you market yourself? Do you use multiple platforms? Because there's so many choices out there nowadays. Or do you stick to Facebook only? Do you communicate with your clients through phone calls or emails, letting them know what your services are? If you add something new to your program, if you're going back to see a family for the third or fourth or fifth year in a row, is there any changes they want you to do, or do they want you to do the same program you've done? Do you offer new programs to change things up? Uh, so, what other services as a clause do you offer other than your standard uh, home visit, if it's a home visit or whatever else? Outside of chair jobs as independents doing all other types of events, how do you market yourself? Do you use multiple platforms or stick to Facebook only? And do you communicate with your clients through phone calls or emails as the season starts get closer and it's time to start putting everything in place?
Yeah, it's definitely is. I mean, I still do half a dozen tree lightings in cities, cities in the area. I still do a few house visits. I still do a few of those things, not just only the Birmingham house and the box store. So thank goodness, I'll knock on wood. Well, knock on wood. Um, I'm not really promoting that kind of stuff anymore. But before, it was the website, it was emailing, it was all that, keeping contact constantly that way. I never used Facebook as my platform to sell myself. It was just connecting with people. That I never did, but it was the website was go out there, and of course emailing like crazy, um, and phone calls uh, to market. When I first started, we had a fair amount of local agencies, talent agencies. I went to them. They got me booked, and they kind of a lot of them fell to the wayside, and I still kept the accounts. So they were how I did it locally here in Detroit area was local agencies. I didn't know about, you know, 40 years ago, probably Mitch wasn't around. And I mean, Higher Santa and Nationwide and all that weren't around 40 years ago. So, but local talent agencies were. So that's how I started and grew from there. So,
Yeah, and that's also why I said outside of chair jobs because for me, I work with photographers, so there's no need for me to do a lot of marketing outside of of helping promote those events for those ladies when they put up a posting, about their openings and that sort of thing. I try to help boost that. And then, of course, at the mall, there's no need. I've kept my website all these years. Sometimes I wonder why I've wasted the money, but because I don't have time to do anything outside of once I start at the mall, and then prior to that, I'm booked up with photographers. So, but that's why independence and why it's important to promote yourself as an independent. So Charlie Johnson says Facebook, emails through Chamber of Commerce, and a lot of return visits. Chamber of Commerce is something that Gordon Bailey used to push really heavy. And for those of you who communicate with Gordon, that was something he would always tell you. Reach out to your Chamber of Commerce because that is one connection in your community that can help you more as an independent Santa than anybody else can. There's so much there that can bring clientele to you and be able to connect you with clientele. Hi, Sean. Sean White's with us. Multiple platforms. I get a hold of clients early in the year to get dates and contracts. Word of mouth has been invaluable. It has been created from social media, getting my name out. And that's another thing. Word of mouth, that is very, as she says, very, very important because you build uh, clientele, your clientele are 100% happy with you. And boy, they're going to tell all their friends about this wonderful vintage Mrs. Claus that, is so heartwarming and kind to the children. And uh, your name gets out there, and before you know it, you've got a problem because now you can't fill all the jobs you got there coming in so fast, which is a good problem to have. Charlie says, I do a Santa train, upscale tree lighting, a charity dinner, and a city park tree decorating by elementary school kiddos. That's a fun agenda. That's pretty cool, Charlie. That's again being diverse as an
Santa
independent.
trains. Santa trains sounds like so much fun.
Doesn't it
Lot of
though?
Santas do them. I
Here
heard
in North Texas, just north of the DFW airport, which Tarrant County and Dallas County is where Fort Worth and Dallas is. Uh, the north end is Grapevine of the airport, and Grapevine is known as the Christmas capital of Texas. And they go all out at Christmas time, and they have a Polar Express, they have a train station, and a Polar Express train ride. They have two Santas. They have a Santa that rides the train, and they have a Santa at the train station. So when the one's on the train is gone, then there you have another one at the station taking photos for those who don't ride the train. And it's been a great venue for a couple of Santas here in North Texas for years. And Barry Swindle got that job his first year as the Polar Express Santa, and he has loved it. I believe he worked the chair job or maybe at first and moved, but he's been up there for quite some time and had fun with it. Doug Wright says, I keep a list of everyone I visited for the last 8 years. In October, I send them a letter with a flyer asking them if they want to schedule. If they don't, I ask them to pass the information to someone who might want to. I have a Facebook page, but don't really use it. My first year, I bought a Facebook ad. It worked well. I belong to several neighborhood Facebook pages where I do post my flowers. Now, business pages. That's something else I guess we should bring up. Business pages are great for those guys who want to go that route. Personally, I hate business pages. All of they're there for is for Facebook to try to encourage you to boost your post with money. That's an income chain for them. Okay. And it's hard to tell if that money that you spent is money well spent enough and that you're getting a return on your dollars. For me, I didn't see the value. Personally, I don't like those pages. It's not like a group page or your personal page where you have friends. You got likes. People like your page or they follow your page. And our North Pole Cornerstones page is that type of business page, and it's just not friendly to those who like. I mean, all comments are hidden off to one side, or it's just a whole different platform, and I'm just not a big fan of them. But if they work for you, that's great because that is another tool, another outlet, another tool in your bag or your tool bag that can help you. So just curious how many others use, as Doug says. Have paid for an ad and how well it worked for you. Santa Doug says word of mouth, social media, gig salad, Christmas in July operation. Now we didn't mention gig salad. Gig salad is another excellent platform to use for guys. You got the free and they got the paid versions. A lot of guys tried the paid version, didn't feel like they were getting their dollars worth out of that, so they went back to the free accounts. And free accounts that work for most of the guys I know that use Gig Salad religiously. They like the free accounts because they get enough from it to fill in those empty spots that they have that they need year in and year out to make their schedule full. Back to what Doug was saying, Santa Doug says, we do everything tree lighting, home visits, hospitals, special needs schools, corporate events, ball games, photography, and more. We're even doing a winter uh, third. I have a hard time saying this word. Can you pronounce that, Randy? I
Yeah,
know
me, the
it's
way I pronounce stuff.
yeah, it's a coming out 13 party.
Oh, yeah, that's
Coincidence and era.
Hold on, where are we at?
Santa Doug's comment. It's the 13. What do you call a 13 coming out party?
I don't know about 13.
Or 16, whatever it is.
It's 15 is quinceañera.
Quinceanera. There you go. See, I told you she knew how to say it.
wow. Thank you, Angela.
You're welcome.
We use the
I
photo
knew,
videos
yeah.
from these events to market. And that's a great tool to have too, Doug, because take what's worked for you. Take what you've been handed as far as photos, video, any of that kind of stuff, and use it to your ability and promote yourself that way. Great point. Sean says, I work solo, bakery schools, churches, big headline events in Ohio, and traveling, working with a couple of Santas. And that's the glory of the Mrs. Clauses nowadays. They have the ability to work alone and are building great customer relations out there, clientele, and then they do have to help fill in their calendar and make it cool. They can work with multiple different Santas, and that's a great tool.
I think Mitch is kind of making a comment about your accent, Bob. Flowers, flyers, flower. I don't have the accent, so that doesn't work for me.
Yeah. So flowers, Flowers, is the bouquet. Flowers is things like one cards, right?
Too funny.
Oh, Mitch.
Too funny.
Yeah,
Goodness.
yep, for sure. All right. Looks like
Fantastic
we
as
got a few.
always.
Looks like we got a few laughs on that one. All right. Okay. That was a great segment as always. We have so much fun with these. I love doing them. I love getting everyone involved. Just makes for a great segment. Are we ready to go ahead? Let's do santascloset.org and do the trivia.
Hey everyone, Angela Mack here for Bob, Randyl, and Company Live, the show about nothing. Season 3 of Bob Randyl and Company Live is brought to you by santascloset.org, where you can find all your accessories for the discriminating Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves. Visit Santa Wade's website at santascloset.org today, where they are known for delivering unique, value-packed Santa and Mrs. Claus accessories since opening in 2004. The goal has always been to provide both a superior customer experience at a tremendous value. Their products are fairly priced, and Santa Wade strives to bring many different products to the Claus community. Visit the website and make your next season a truly special one. This is Angela Mack reminding you all to catch our show every Monday at 3 p.m. Central. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to Bob, Randyl, and Company Live and today's Monday Santa's Closet Trivia.
So Mitch also has fryers, F-R-Y-E-R-S up there. I think he deep fried me like a Thanksgiving turkey.
And you even give him a compliment, Bob, too, and he still gave you a jab.
Man, that rascal. I'm going to take him out to
Yeah.
lunch soon. I know that much.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad you're here, Mitch. That's great to see
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Mitch.
And
Okay, so the winner's name goes in the hat for the scholarship for the NPC drawing 2025. That drawing will be our last show of the season, Tuesday Night Live show. So tune in that night if your name is in the hat and see if you win that $450 equivalent. Pretty cool if you do. Of course, again, we're sticking with movie title and year, and this is Monday Fun Day Trivia. Randy, take it from there.
Wow, yes, it is Monday Fun Day movie trivia, guys. Again, we need the year of the movie and the title of the movie. So we need two answers on each quote. Again, the title of the movie and the year. First quote is, "It's Christmas Eve, a time for mystery, expectations, who knows what will happen." That's number one quote. Number two quote is, "Cheer up, dude, it's Christmas." That's quote number two. Again, we need both movie titles and both years. We need movie title and year for both of the quotes. It's Christmas Eve, time for mystery, expectations, who knows what will happen, and cheer up, dude, it's Christmas.
Yep, for sure. We'll mention. I will. And also remember, we got the Texas State Santa Eat Meet coming up October 5th. So I hope you can make that. I know your name's a question mark on there, but still looking forward to maybe you making that one. Got 80 plus people signed up for our eat meet, so that ought to be a great event to come to.
That's fantastic. That's an eat and meet there, 80.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
we're going
gathering.
to eat this at a restaurant that decorates for Christmas. They go full blown 6 months out of the year. They take it down, cleanse everything, clean everything up, and put it back up a couple months later. But it's up 6 months total. And so they're decorated full blown for Christmas right now. And then we'll go down the street about a half a mile to Decorators Warehouse. It's the largest Christmas store in the DFW area. And that's a fun trip for a bunch of Santas and Mrs. Claus to go to because the customers go crazy. And so do the employees as far as that goes. Everybody wants a picture with the Clauses.
That's great.
All right, guys, work on that and see what you can come up with. Good luck, everyone. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and play our Talbot Insurance Services, and we'll be right back. As that last slide says, Talbot Insurance Services, we thank you. We thank you, Larry Talbot, for teaming up, partnering with TNL Network Productions and becoming one of our major contributors. We thank you so much. Hey, if you need home, auto, Santa, business, doesn't matter. Larry likes to bundle. He can make you a heck of a deal. His phone number's on that flyer. Go back and stop the video, get his phone number out there. That's his personal cell phone, and he will answer it. I guarantee it. He is one of the most accessible. Got that right, Mitch. Accessible people in the industry.
Accessible. Very good. Yeah.
It's another one of them words you got to be careful with.
Yeah, it can definitely come across a little rough on some pronunciations there. But yeah,
Yes.
don't go without insurance, folks. I know we've talked about it lots of times. Don't go without insurance. Spend that little bit of money to
And
just
there's many places get performance insurance, entertainers insurance out there. Again, Larry is great because he offers not only the Santa insurance, but he also offers everything else because he's been in the business for decades. Grew up in the industry. His father was an insurance man, and he's been very successful at it. And we appreciate him coming on board with us this year, and for the foreseeable future, he's going to be back with us next year and year after that, we hope. But that's what we've talked about. So we'll see where that goes. All right, up in Chatterbox News. Oh man, at the end of today, we got a treat for everyone. NPC North Pole Cornerstone second annual sessions to be held January 30th. That's right. We've been advertising it for months and months. As the 31st, we've added a fourth day, a bonus day. So now you get 4 days for the same price. On top of that, we've got to feed you 2 more times for the same amount of money. I don't know how we're going to do it. Anyway, it's all inclusive. Marriott Northwest San Antonio, Texas. Hotel's $152 plus. That does include breakfast for 2. And of course, our curriculum core, we got 4 core instructors, 9 guest presenters, folks like Dr. Bruce Cottage. We're excited to have him on board. Barry Swindle, I mentioned earlier, he's coming on board. We've got some great, great presenters this year. It's going to be fun, fun, fun. Entertainment night with milk and cookies. We got team prop activity with hot cocoa and donuts. 6 meals altogether, full night out on the famous Riverwalk. Boat rides, singing Christmas carols. How much fun can that be? And much, much more. NPC, North Pole Cornerstones, npcornerstones.com. Santa Ana Holiday University's got a class coming up here at the 26th this weekend.
Wow.
26th, 27th, 28th, 29th in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you're over here on the West Coast, you want to attend a Santa Nana's Holiday University, check out santanana.com. Branson, Missouri, School of Santa, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Keynote instructor this year, Lee Andrews. Lee has got some really cool stuff coming up the next couple of years. Such a fun entertainer. We've had him on a Tuesday Night Live show. Great clown, great Santa, just all around great family man. And yeah, if you've never gotten out to see Lee, you need to get out to see Lee. He is fantastic to learn from. Randy, tell us
Wow.
about the upcoming shows.
Man, that's like a list of great things coming up. I can
Great
yet this
opportunity.
month and then next year. So don't miss them. So, of course, coming up on Tuesday Night Live, coming up tomorrow, yes, September 24th, tomorrow, is Larry and Sherry Davis performing as Mr. and Mrs. Claus. They're alumni of North Pole Cornerstones and School of Santa. And I say it every time, but it is a truth. Great to see, great to listen to how to interact to help out each other during a performance. It is such an asset to hear, to have the lucky of having somebody to work with, and how you can work together is such a great thing. So Tuesday Night Live tomorrow night on the 24th is that. Then on the 1st of October is Rachel Seipert.
That's correct.
Get it right. Author, writer of a coffee table book about Santas. It's good. She just wants to know. And she's interviewed Santa. She's talked with Santa. It's going to be just a book that I know a couple years ago was a photo book about Santa, and I know Gordon try to do a thing in some of his books about tell you a little bit about what Santas have learned and their pictures and everything. But Rachel is doing a complete coffee table book on October 1st. So it'll be a fun, different, very, very interesting. Anyway, it's about Santa's and Mrs. Clauses. What can be more interesting than that? Then on the 8th, Trish Paris is going to talk about Santa Family Reunion coming up in 2025. A big event. We all know it's a huge event coming up in 2025. Trish will talk about that. Parrish will talk about that, what's coming up. Probably, I don't know if the lineup is totally set, but there'll be lots of things to answer and what's going to be coming up. And then, of course, we got a week to go there in between, which I don't have yet. But the 22nd, I know Bob's got it all set. The 22nd, of course, is the 4th annual Tuesday night roundtable. There will be a panel of talented and experienced Santas, Mrs. Clauses, and elves, and you don't know who's going to show up to be part of the event that night. Talking about getting ready for. We're talking that's a week before a lot of people start. That's on the 22nd. Then the week after that, I think it's the 29th, then if my timing is right, is the Halloween show. And again, what a hoot. I mean, it's been so much fun every year doing a Halloween show. So many cool costumes just for fun. I know Bob's put a thing out saying, if you want to be a part of it, make sure you send a little message to us, letting us know you want to be a part and all that information. So Angela can slide you in. There's all timing involved about when you'll come on the show and everything else, but it is a lot of fun and there's gifts and everything else. Then can hardly believe the week after that, the 5th of November will be the final show of the year for Tuesday Night Live, just of the year, not just for the year. But that'll be November 5th. So that'll be just a remembrance of the year and what's going on because let's see now, it's 150 shows. How long ago? So it's 160 some plus. It's crazy to think how many shows. But don't miss that. It's a fun one to see. I wish I could be there, but I'll be in the Santa chair. So,
Well, it's been a fun ride. Lots of great guests, and we couldn't do this without the folks who watch and participate and those who come on the show and tell their stories and journeys. We want to say, though, that we're starting to work on the fourth annual Halloween costume show. So if, like Randy said, please contact me if you are going to participate and what character you will be coming as. This has been one of our funnest shows over the last 3 seasons, and the more contestants, the merrier. And always fun. Everybody always really gets into it, and it's a night when we kind of let our collar, our hair down, and pull our collar up, and hoot and holler and have a good time. So
just get out of the Santa mode and get into the Halloween mode for that one night, especially. It's AJ says
there's
he's down for it. Good, good, good. I'm glad you joined us, AJ.
not a lot of guys that at our age that go out and do a lot of partying or go out on Halloween night or it's a fun way for us adults to come together in the Santa community as brothers and sisters and fellowship and have fun and like I say, just do something different. And hey, we're all characters. Let's just show what character you are.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that when it's being taped. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. Let's go
Uh,
ahead and jump into our trivia answers. Randy, you ready?
yes, sir. It's that time. Gets back to the questions again. We needed the movie and the year. The first one, it's Christmas Eve, a time for mystery, expectations. Who knows what might happen? Number two is Cheer Up, Dude. It's Christmas. Number one quote came from the Nutcracker and the Four Realms in 2018. The number one quote came from Nutcracker and Realms for 2018. Number two, Cheer Up, Dude, It's Christmas, came from How the Grinch Stole Christmas in the year 2000. And of course, Angie always gets it right on the money. We got a winner,
Mr. Trivial.
Mr. Trivia.
OMG. All right.
Charlie has
Fantastic.
a
AJ
question.
wins, and his name goes in the hat again.
Charlie has a question.
What's that?
Charlie has
Yeah,
a question.
I was just fixing to address it. Yes, Charlie. Answer to your question: no. Just tell me what your character's going to be, and that you are going to participate, and I'll put you on the list. That's all I need. The rest is up to you, brother. But it will be fun as always. Okay. Time for tips.
Yes, it is. Can't believe it's going by so quick again. Where'd that
Tip
hour go?
hat trick on that one, Randy. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. Thank you again for letting me spend this time with you to do Santa's tips. Bob got me inspired a few moments ago when he talked about, of course, what's coming up at North Pole Cornerstones and the cookie and, the cookie time. Well, I think I showed this probably close to a year ago or last year, but I just love it. And so do the children love it too. No cookies. Sorry, I guess I must have been hungry while we were, yeah, that is chocolate chip. But it's a fun little trick. And you can have the children do a little magic and you just tell them, of course, they'll always ask you what your favorite cookie is. And, the pet answers, of course, are the round ones or the one you're eating. And I always say, well, I do like chocolate chip. They're so yummy. But then oatmeal and sugar cookies and gingerbread. And oh, they are just delightful. But you know what? One that really makes me laugh. Oh, one makes me laugh so like crazy. When one really makes me giggle is snickerdoodles. Oh, I love those snickerdoodles. Isn't that a silly word now? All the rest of cookies tell you what they are, but snickerdoodles don't. They just make me laugh. And of course, since they make me laugh and they taste so yummy, I think I'm going to make some cookies. And I love cookies. They are just so delightful. I can't eat these right now and because I've got other things to show you, but it's a fun little trick. It's called a duff pan. Excuse me. Actually, it's called a chick pan, not a dove pan, but the larger one is called a dove pan. But it's a little metal. It's a metal pan. These are real cookies. They've been petrified now for, and I've told this before, for since I started doing virtual visits during COVID. My wife made them to fit in here, and I sprayed them with shellac, and they're looking just as wonderful as always. It actually is a there's just a little empty pan, and it's a lid. This little cup fits down in there, and of course it stays because there's clips, and you can do whatever talking you want. And you didn't see the bottom when I was talking about it. You never saw the bottom, especially even when you're um, at a performance. You don't see it, and you just set it on there. And what it does then, it releases the cup, and there's the band. Now, it was for magicians to produce doves and silks or birthday cakes or whatever, but I had such a fun time doing it with cookies. Because I told the story, especially on virtual, it made a very good time to talk about that. But Bob, you inspired me when you talked about cookies and made me hungry. But I wanted to show that again real quick. They're very easy to come by. You can not that much, but this is something also that you can make very, very easily. That you would have to buy a prop. This is another prop you can make very, very easily. It's made with Christmas paper, just some old scrap Christmas paper, and a. I won't tell you the other part until I show you the trick. But it's always good to go. I keep this in my bag, and the children would ask, "Well, Santa, what happens if you forget a gift?" I said, "Well, there's always paper. There's always Christmas paper around. Well, there's always Christmas paper around here." So what Santa does is he just rolls the paper up like it's supposed to be and waves the magic word. Oh, that's right. Bob's got to help me with the magic words. You know the magic words, Bob. Wiggle those fingers. That's right. Wiggle those fingers. These are some silly elf words. See the magic words. Wee wee. Oh, that's so good. Woodgy. Oh, they make me giggle every time I hear them. Those are the magic words. And it's just a little bit of magic
Me too.
you can make from your Christmas paper. Now it's very nice that you can show it a couple times empty if you want. It doesn't really matter, and you can roll it up, and you can make many things appear if you'd like. I think I can. 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 Oh, I think I can. It's easier if you're standing up, of course, but you can. There's a lot of things you can put inside uh, this trick that you can make. Now like I said, this is just Christmas paper. Just bought it at Hobby Lobby, but there is a paper towel roll in the center. So it just kind of, whoops, I'll put this down in there. That goes down in there. And just the way the paper rolls, you just unroll it to show that there's nothing in it. You can just roll it up with the roll, and then you just pull it out. And you can make the story up again. That's left to you, to your mind, to your imagination, what kind of story you can get about Christmas paper and making magic appear. Now, you could try to use candy canes. Candy canes will work good in here as long as they're small, wrapped ones. The big full size candy canes, the smaller ones that are kind of in a wrap sleeve, they work well in here because they can kind of wedge in there. Because you would have to make them tight because you could put a bottom on it if you want to. But then also you can produce candy canes if you want, or giveaways, whatever might fit in there. It's another little way to show a little magic, bring a little magic to the children, and then adding the Christmas paper and a story along with your showing magic as being Santa. And again, I'll say it again, Santa is not a magician. He brings magic wherever he goes. He's the most magical person. So is Mrs. Claus. Boy, I watched the Chronicles again the other day, and I forgot how magical he shows on the Chronicles, especially. Um, but enjoy. Thank you again so much. I'm sure I've been so blessed that I've been able to do this. Um, thank you. See you soon.
Cool little trick there. I like that pepper. Of course, the uh, cookie. That's always one of my favorites. And you mentioned MP cornerstones. Yeah, we got cookie and milk night, and the other night we got hot chocolate and donuts. So 2 nights of the 4 nights, we'll be having extra things going on and having fun doing it. So again, yep, cool tricks. Love those. Always, Randy. You bring so much to the table. It's fun each week. I look forward to that segment. Now then, we've got a
Now,
treat today.
really.
I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to ask Angela. Let's go ahead and roll the video.
Hello, Bob, Randyl, and Angela. Hello, everyone watching today. It is so great to be back and filing this report. Quickly, just to catch everyone up on me and the Chatterbox family. We have been super busy. Everyone here at the North Pole is doing so good, and the whole crew is looking forward to the 2024 Christmas season. Now to get down to business. This is a sneak peek into Santa's Toy Catalog 2024. Each week between now and the end of the 3rd season for the Bob, Randyl and Company Live, we will highlight 2 new toys or games from top expert sites in the industry. Let's start this week off with a look at what is sure to be a hit with children according to our experts here at the North Pole Village. Toy number 1 is a fun way for children to make their own stickers. Hello Blink Sticker Maker is the easy-to-use, Bluetooth-enabled thermal printer. With Hello Blink there is no ink required. Upload your own designs or select from the library of images, then color your stickers to create customized and personalized art that can be used anywhere. Creating and printing your own sticker art is easy and fun with Hello Blink. Includes 2 sticker paper rolls for markers and sticker sheet to add and decorate your designs. Each sticker roll prints 80 stickers. This game is rated for children of ages 8+. Now let's look at our second toy for this week. Minions Despicable Me 4, your favorite Minions gadget of all time, has taken a new look and a new smell. That's right, the ultimate fart blaster is taking the silent but stinky farts to a whole new level. For the first time ever, this blaster not only has over 15 fart sounds, but it also shoots fog fart rings, has a chamber that lights up so you can see the gassy action, and it smells. Pick from stinky smell or banana scent, just like the Minions Like It banana. It creates and blasts out real fog rings that float up to 6 feet, 1.8 meters, away. Kids won't believe what they are seeing and hearing when they see this toy in action. The Ultimate Fart Blaster plays over 15 different fart sounds. Children won't want to stop until they hear all 15 different sounds. From the smallest, squeaker, to the loud and alarming, clear the room, fart sound, this toy is loaded for laughs. This blaster nearly hits all the senses. You could say it's a real blast. The Ultimate Fart Blaster is suitable for ages 4 and up. Annabella Tacindio Chatterbox reporting for Bob, Randyl and Company Live, wishing everyone a fun, but safe week. I know from chatting with Bob and Randyl that it is almost showtime for many as they will suit up and start their season of joy. I will see everyone next week, but until then, happy closing. Now back over to you guys in the studio. Wait, I almost forgot. Angela, keep these 2 fellas in line, they need real help. Ha ha ha. When you come up to the village in November, I want to take you to my aunt's new burger joint, Auntie's, Frosty's Arctic Burgers, and real milkshakes. See ya in November, Angie. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Wow. That was super cool. Oh
Good to
my
have
goodness.
good to have Annabella back.
Oh yes.
She's been missed, and she does such a great job with those reports. Always fun.
That
I,
fart gun is like, ooh boy,
the
that's
sticker
gonna be
makes
too
it
much
pretty
fun, you know
good
that.
too.
That
I
fart
thought,
gun's gonna be too much fun. That's gonna get me in trouble. I know it will.
yeah. Me and you both. That's right. And I think she said we both need real help.
Yep. Thank you. You're so right, Annabelle. You are so right. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
Hey, we may have to plan a trip with Angie up to the North Pole Village. That
Yes,
burger and milkshake sounds good, doesn't it?
it's real good. Yeah.
I'd have to go up there and visit and see what real Santa Mrs. Claus is up to. All right,
Great,
Randy, that was
great
fun. It was
news.
good to have her back, and she'll be filing reports until the end of the season
Oh,
here
that's
with us. So uh, hopefully she'll bring some more really cool stuff when she comes and shares with us. Yeah, I've got the original Fart Blaster, and it was fun. I had a ton of fun with it. But this new one, I mean, 2 cents and puts out smoke rings and lights up, and I mean, hey, that's pretty cool stuff there. That's getting up there.
and only $25. That's really good.
Uh,
That's a
and I
heck of a
believe
thing to have. It's just gonna be fun for. I'll use it without being sad. I'll use it for other stuff. I got a perfect show I
when
can
I
use
bought
that
the
on.
original a number of years back when it first came out. I believe that's what it was. It was 20 or 25, so they really haven't gone up much for all the extra cool things that they've added to it. So
Very
anyway,
cute. And the stickers are always great for kids. I mean, they really are. And then
yeah, and
especially
that's
if you
that's
design your own.
Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth, and so you can actually design your own stickers and put it in through Bluetooth and print whatever you want to. So that might be something cool for all of us to have. I may have to go out and get me one of them.
Yeah, I mean, just a little, and you don't need ink because it's just whatever, however it does the heat transfer, whatever,
Yeah,
whatever new
thermal.
technology is. Yeah, thermo is. That'd be great, especially if you can do some kind of custom little picture and give them to the child.
It's
That's a great, especially with Bluetooth.
160. Got 4 different color markers and 2 rows of 80 each. It's 160
Yeah.
stickers. So and again, the price was right. I mean, you can't beat the price on it. So and it's
No,
small. It's something that you can carry with you on a visit if you wanted to print them out right there with the children.
I think
So
that'd be a fun, especially a great thing to, I hate to say this upcharge, but it's part of the deal too. Hey, look, this, Mrs. Claus, you guys can do this as part of your crafts, as something different, and they can customize. That would be a fun thing to do.
yep. Hello, blank sticker maker.
Hello,
Well,
fart
Randy,
gun, here it comes. Ooh,
yeah.
that was a rough one to start with, but thank you, Bob. Uh,
After Annabelle turned us on to that, I went over looking at some of the reviews on it just to see what the reviews was because I have an interest in buying one. And the one person said that their kid drank some of the banana juice and said it tasted just like banana. I don't know if it was toxic. I hope it wasn't.
let's hope it wasn't. Yeah, I hope it
Let's
wasn't.
see if we have
Wow.
warning label on there. Don't drink this. It's for not for consumption or something. But anyway,
Banana
pretty
juice.
fun stuff.
Wow.
All right, guys, tune in, kick up your heels, join in on the fun. Here at TNL, Monday show, Tuesday show, Wednesday, of course. Those Kringle brothers are on a hiatus till next year. They've got a busy several months coming ahead, like most of us do. And that's all powered by the TNL Network Productions. Randy, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Bob, as always.
Always
Thanks,
a
Angela,
pleasure
and
to work
everybody
with you.
here.
Pleasure to work with you and be here on Mondays and spend our time together. Our chats before and after. It's always good to catch up with you. Everyone, be sure and join us again next Monday. We'll be back next Monday. That's right. Tomorrow night we have a great show with Larry and Sherry Davis right here from North Texas. They are alumni of School of Santas last 2 years, and they also attended North Pole Cornerstones back in February. And they're up and coming and such a lovely couple. They're another one of those couples that if you don't know them, you will fall in love with them. They are just quality people all the way around. Can't wait to have them on tomorrow night. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Thanks.
Happy Monday, as Randy likes to say. Beautiful day out. Get out and enjoy it. Spend time with friends, family, Do what makes you happy. We'll see you back here next Monday. Come see us
Thank
tomorrow night.
you.